What up, Dokkaners? We have a brand new mode coming soon to the game. Now, I originally was going to record this video before 1 a.m., which is normally when we get some sort of an announcement my time, but I had a feeling that they simply jumped the gun. So TLDR, this part is no longer relevant, but basically Global Dokkan's Twitter tweeted this out an hour before the actual news dropped in game or even on the JP Twitter. So there was a lot of confusion, and I thought that maybe this would, this was just some simple error, and it clearly was. But as far as what the event is, let's find out. Is this the long-awaited successor to Chain Battle? So the in-game news now has it, and there's a diagram, and I see tournament. I don't like that. So let's take a look at this. Million Arena. Deal massive damage and reach for the top. A survival battle where you climb the rankings by surviving the enemy's attacks and dealing massive damage will soon kick off. The event consists of a preliminary, semi-final, and final. Certain players who clear the preliminary can attempt the semi-final at a later date. Tournament mode. Preliminary, calculation period. The top 100,000 players from the preliminary will receive limited keys that allow them to enter the semi-final, which can be accessed via the Portal of Memories. After that, you do the event, calculation period. Then the top 30,000 players from the semi-finals will receive limited keys that allow them to enter the finals, which can be accessed via the Portal of Memories. Calculation period, result announcement, commendation for the top 30. So that's a pretty big jump. So you're going from 100,000 to a third of that, which is 30,000, to a 1,000th of that, which is 30. That's tournament mode. There's also a single player mode where there's a preliminary, there's a semi-final where there's an additional stage, and a final where there's an additional stage. So based on just this, what I'm guessing is there's a casual mode and a competitive mode. That's essentially what this is. So this feels like Chain Battle in the sense that you're trying to gun for the top. You're trying to be among the top 30 in the entire world, which is not necessarily what Chain Battle was, but there was a subsection of the 1% who scored at the top who tried to get the highest score. And there were a couple of times, I think my best Chain Battle score, if there are any Chain Battle gods watching, you probably know. I think I, at best, was second or third in one of the Chain Battles. I think my highest was ever second in the world. So far, that alone is a parallel to Chain Battle. In addition, a single player mode without a ranking system will be available. Whether you want to join the rankings or attempt the event at your own pace, enjoy Million Arena in your own way. This is definitely the successor to Chain Battle, 100%. Now they've done it where you can do the challenging version if you want. If you want to be competitive, go ahead. If you don't want to be, you don't have to be. That was not something that you could do in Chain Battle, because in Chain Battle, you were stuck playing against the field no matter what. No matter what happened, you were among the overall population. So now I guess there'll be a separate thing for that. I'm pretty sure this is Chain Battle 2.0. But key difference, this was a fancy event that was like, it had one of those custom buttons in the home screen of your main menu. But this is a challenge event, so this is located different, so it may not necessarily totally be just Chain Battle. Maybe that the competitive side is like Chain Battle. To join the rankings of Million Arena, you must link your Bandy Namki ID. This is because they want to see who's like number 1, number 30, that sort of thing. They want to be able to see this. I think the other reason why they're doing this is because they have been making a push to get people to link their IDs, and this is because of the whole mobile game market and each game moving to a web store. So this was something that they discussed back during their producer's letter video in May, where they're going to be dropping a web store. In order to get to the web store to buy the stones and have it sent to your account, something has to link it. And it's not just going to be some I don't even think a Facebook or a Game Center or any of those would cut it. I think those would still be there as useful means to back up your account. But as far as getting the Dragon Stones that you were to theoretically buy on the website into your game, you would have to use the Bandy Namki ID link system. So they're trying to push that. And I think this event is going to essentially do that. I wonder, though, if you only need to do this if you're doing the tournament mode. because if you're doing single player mode, I don't think that this would necessarily matter, but we'll find out because that's all we've got here. Check your linking status before the event starts. Stay tuned for upcoming fierce clashes. Please navigate the following paths to cheek the check. I read that as cheek. Okay. Detailed information about your linking status menu, Bandai Namco ID linking. Please note that the event content and dates are subject to change without prior warning. You know, it's funny. They actually, you might have noticed this in game, but maybe about a week ago. Yeah. So about a week ago, we got this announcement. It was like in orange letters in the news, and it kind of made me wonder, what is this? This is something to do with the battle hour, me winning the custom items or whatever. But it said, please link your account. So if we click here, thank you for your support of Dokkan. We kindly ask that players manage their accounts. Linking your games via the following methods makes it easier to retrieve your game data when you accidentally uninstall or intend to transfer your game data. So this is through Apple, Game Center, Google, and Facebook. They don't even mention Bandai Namco here, but I still think that they're trying to push and urge players to do this, both for security reasons, but also, again, for the web store. So yeah, we'll have to see what exactly this entails, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. As far as when we can expect the news for this game, I think it's going to be coming up with this data download that's happening on Monday, June 9th, 6:30 p.m. So an hour and a half after Global's daily reset, basically half a day after JP's. Well, actually, JP's data download will probably be different. But anyway, this is when we're going to be getting maintenance. So during this time, we should be getting whatever that event is, and then potentially even the Part 2 LR, or maybe another EZA, Super EZA, something like that. So I would say in the next couple of days, we'll find out more about this. But what's interesting is that they didn't say anything about this in any content that they've given us, any update, news information, nothing. I don't think they said anything about this even in this, which is honestly surprising. So I wonder if this was simply just something that they forgot to mention, or I don't know, maybe something else is going on behind the scenes, or perhaps this is something that they are laying the framework for to set up for the Global Dokkan celebration, because Global Dokkan celebration is meant to be a commemoration of the year that was Global or just the international, I don't know, what do you want to call it, the harmony of those who play Dokkan from around the world, whatever. Aiming for the top, you know, competing with everyone around the world seems like a pretty fitting way to kick off such a new anniversary, right? Because this is a new celebration. It's worldwide download celebration or worldwide celebration, but they're labeling it something different. So to maybe make it seem more special, that might be what this is. Maybe this is something that they're going to be dropping during a Global Dokkan celebration countdown, because that countdown has to happen a week before. If Global Dokkan celebration happens at the end of June, then probably mid-June, so like June 17th, 20th, sometime around there, which basically is like 2 weeks away. So maybe, yeah, in 2 weeks we start this. We'll find out. More information coming soon, but I just wanted to let you know, Chain Battle might be back. For those of you who despise the event, they probably know that, and they wanted to fix it by making it something a little bit better. And so far, from what we don't know, and from my speculations, it seems like it's going to be something that more players will probably be more on board with. Those of you who want the challenge, you can embrace the challenge. Those of you who don't and just want to get the stuff and get out will be this. I would not be surprised if you get 0 stones for this, and if so, maybe like 5, nothing too fancy, maybe some titles. But I think for the most part, it's not going to be for the rewards that you're doing this. You're doing this for the glory. And you know what? I'm ready, kind of. I never stopped the chain battle grind. And when I say chain battle grind, anytime I pull copies of characters, I will always rainbow their SSR, their TUR. This is something that Scott Herman, the Hermanity, he instilled this tradition in me when I first started doing collabs with him back in the day. So I have been doing this for a while, but chain battle made it more important. And I never stopped because I had a feeling at some point that was probably going to come back. Is that even going to be a requirement? I don't know. I'm just running away with my thoughts here. I'm gonna shut up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on what this Million Arena event could possibly entail in terms of the competitive component. Does it seem like chain battle? Does it seem like something else? What is your sort of headcanon for what this could be? How do you envision this contest playing out? Do you envision this being something that happens regularly, similar to World Tournament? Or is this going to be a one-off thing, maybe a seasonal thing, biannual thing? Let me know your ideas, your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.